up, BozoAlert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into your mom. This guy can make sound effects come out of his mouth and out of his brain as if he's some AI dubstep machine. So supposedly, this man has real-life superpowers. We'll be covering that whole story in today's episode of BozoAlert, along with more allegations that have come out on Dumpy. Dumpy's doing drugs, getting down and dirty with dogs, and so much more. More on that later. Also, Kid Boy arrested and owned. That one is pretty awesome. We also got a story about Keemstar, who is still being fraudster. Nothing has changed whatsoever. We got all of this news and more, so unbuckle your seatbelt and get ready, because as soon as I poop, you're gonna get a scoop. For our first story, the YouTuber known as Dumpy has gotten himself in some deep mud. We have a ton of things against Dumpy for this episode, and all of them are pretty serious, so pay close attention. First off, we have this tweet from Dumpy where he said this: "Smelling the blood of my enemies." And a lot of people have been very mad at Dumpy for tweeting out this disgusting tweet. Blood is no joke. Whenever people die, they release blood, and Dumpy smelling blood is simply not okay, and people were really angry over this. And also, I, at one time, was Dumpy's enemy, and if he's smelling the blood of his enemies, then that means he's trying to smell my blood, and I am not comfortable with that in any way whatsoever. This next story about Dumpy is actually pretty serious, and honestly, I think it really shows that Dumpy needs some serious help. I got an anonymous DM from a YouTuber who goes by the name Lispy. Lispy DM me and said this: "Mr. Keemstar, I have some info on Dumpy." Then I replied, "K." After that, he sent me the most damning evidence I've ever seen in my entire life. He sent a real picture of Dumpy smoking meth. In the DMs, he said this: "Dumpy has been taking lots of drugs like meth." Image for proof. And if we look at the image, we can very obviously tell that Dumpy is on meth. He then continued on to say, "I believe that this would make a great episode on BozoAlert. You, Keemstar, will show the world Dumperman's true colors." And his true colors is the fact that he is an absolute meth head. And I also heard that he likes Burger King, like genuinely enjoys eating Burger King burgers. Now, this was from an anonymous source, so I cannot tell you who told me this or where I got that information from. However, I will tell you that it was a very reputable source. And everyone knows that if you like Burger King, you also smoke meth. So, isn't that a little bit of a coincidence, huh? Not only does Dumpy like Burger King, but we also have this damning proof evidence picture of Dumpy doing meth. And for our last story revolving around Dumpy, we have some serious allegations. This comes from an anonymous user, and they DM me this: "BozoAlert, I have news story. Dumpy fucked my dog. Cover this now." And then he sent a picture of it happening. And let me just warn you before I throw it up on the screen, it is extremely graphic. So if you cannot look at graphic images, just double tap the screen, skip 10 seconds right now. Okay, here's the image. And as you can see, kisses and sexes. So this can only mean one thing: Dumpy is 100 billion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, Vsauce Michael number, a furry. Disgusting. The person who DM'd me this continued on to say, "I was able to snatch a photo of this preposterous event. Truly disgusting." And I must agree with the user. That was truly disgusting. Also in the news, a YouTuber who goes by the name Kid Boy has been arrested. On a previous episode of BozoAlert, I exposed this Kid Boy fraud for literally stealing my name and using my name to garner him some serious success on the platform. So once I found out this information, I called the police, 9991, and I told them what has been happening and that Keemboy is running a huge scam using my name. And the police responded and they said this: "Hello, BozoAlert. Thank you for reaching out. We really do appreciate this report and we will be pressing charges on Keemboy." So Keemboy later that day tweeted out this: "I just got arrested." So you know what that means. BozoAlert put Keemboy behind bars where he belongs because he stole my name from me and made tons of profit off of it. How dare he? And as we can see, I quote retweeted the tweet that Keemboy put out where he said, "Just got arrested," and I said this: "I called the police on this fraud." And like I just said, that is exactly what I did, and it actually worked. Keemboy will be in jail. There will be more details coming out later this week on this story as it is still going on. We do not know how long Keemboy is going to be in jail, but I'm going to be guessing that it will be a life sentence because doing something like stealing a name from a person like BozoAlert is super duper super illegal, and you will go to jail for a long time. I am not a lawyer. Now, not only did Keemboy get arrested, he also got absolutely owned. Keemboy posted a tweet that said this: "Batman's house probably smells like shit." And though I do agree bats smell like shit, he still got exposed for being an absolute fraud by two YouTubers known as Dumpy and Dumpy. Dumpy replied to Keemboy's tweet and said this: "Young boy better sadly plus ratio then." And then the YouTuber who goes by the name Dumpy responded to Dumpy's tweet and said this: "Assist," with a picture of Daffy fucking Duck. Now Keemboy's tweet only had 6 likes and Dumpy's tweet got 20 likes, and not only that, but Dumpy's tweet also got 16 likes. So these two absolutely owned Fraud Boy, and honestly I think that that's really good because like we were just mentioning a second ago, Keemboy got arrested because he stole my name and he deserves to be ratioed. So huge shout out to Dumpy and Dumpy for ratioing Keemboy. Really awesome stuff, guys. Keep up the great work. Also in the news, this guy can make sound effects come out of his mouth and out of his skin as if he's some AI dubstep computer AI robot. So what has happened here is this guy was just minding his own business, eating some McDonald's. He had ordered a Happy Meal from a McDonald's store, and whenever he ate it, he accidentally consumed one of the toys. The toy was this right here. As you can see, it is a toy piano. And whenever he consumed this piano, he basically absorbed the piano's ability to make music. And now he can just sit there and make all kinds of different music, literally out of his mouth or just by moving his skin like this. And it is pretty crazy. And now this guy has been going on tour. He's gone everywhere around the world playing music for people, and everyone seems to be loving it. I just thought that was really cool and wholesome. So yeah, make sure you go check this guy out. I'll link him down below in the description. And for our final story, Keemstar is still fraudster. Keemstar recently quote tweeted somebody who said, "You're such a loser," and he said this: "False," with a picture of him holding a controller playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and getting a victory royale. Now, first off, I just want to say I looked up Keemstar's GTA 5 record sheet on the GTA 5 tracker website, and Keemstar has 0 victory royales on Grand Theft Auto. So there is definitely something fishy going on here. So I dug a little bit deeper and I saw if Keemstar was actually a true loser. But as I was digging, I finally came to the realization that yes, this guy is an absolute loser. And if you are a fan of BozoAlert, you would already know exactly the reason why he is a loser. In our last episode of BozoAlert, we covered the story where this channel, known as Drama Alert, was copying everything I do. And the previous host of Drama Alert was this guy right here, Keemstar. So this guy was literally copying everything I do. I mean, like we even said in the last BozoAlert video, he has copied my name, my profile picture on Twitter, my profile picture on YouTube, the banner, everything has been absolutely ripped from BozoAlert. So, in conclusion, Keemstar is in fact a loser, and he is blatantly lying on his Twitter page that has millions of followers. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, and fish and cows and also all the other animal species on the planet, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to slap a like and subscribe and all of that other fun stuff. If you enjoyed this episode of BozoAlert, leave a comment down below and tell me that I'm an absolute W, and tell me that you enjoyed this episode of BozoAlert. Do not leave any comments where you say you didn't enjoy, because that's not positive. You're only allowed to leave positive comments on my videos. It's just a rule of thumb. And you guys already know, as soon as I poop, I'm giving you a scoop. BozoAlert Nation, now over 1,353 subscribers.